Will Cody Rhodes sell his soul at Elimination Chamber? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the AR Wrestling Podcast. We are your hosts, Ryan and Alex, and as always, we got an episode for y'all. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're just gonna get right into the news, honestly. But first, before we do that, Ryan, what's up? What's going on? How you been?
Hey, not too much. Not too much been going on. I've been doing good though. Been doing good. We've been surviving through it all. The final boss is back to mixed reactions. We'll talk about that. How are you doing, Alex?
I've been alright. Just been chilling. Been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals recently. This is not sponsored. Playing a lot of Marvel Rivals recently with the homies, so that's what it is.
There you
But
go.
let's just get into some news. We got Rhea Ripley was absent Monday night, but she was with her honeymoon. She was on her honeymoon with Buddy Murphy. So whoever hated the fact that she wasn't there and shit on her for it, fuck you. But I don't know if you've seen this, Ryan. Your favorite, Big Papa Pump,
Oh
posted
yeah.
a picture of his son in a WWE shirt. Brock Reichsteiner is a wide receiver for the Jacksonville State Gamecocks, and he wants to come to the WWE once college is over if he doesn't make it to the pros. But I think he's leaning more towards wrestling because he's been seen in the Performance Center. But what are your thoughts on a tag team with him and Braun Breaker one day?
Woo! Do it. Let's do it. I fucking love it. Scott Steiner. I don't preach about him enough, but he Big Papa Pump, the Big Bad Booty Day. Love him. It was amazing to see him at WrestleCon. I love Braun Breaker. I haven't heard shit about his son, but I swear to God, if he's anything like the freakzilla we know his dad to be,
Have
it's
you
gonna be
have you ever seen a picture of his son?
no, I haven't.
His
I
son's
genuinely
jacked.
haven't.
His son's
I
jacked.
bet.
And you
Runs
got to
in the
think.
family, I bet.
You got to think. We all know Scott used steroids. Come on.
No,
He
come on
said,
now. Yeah.
because he
Wait,
said,
no.
look, he said, look, if you're gonna drug test me, you're drug testing Triple H.
Yeah, right.
So, but I mean, on some other shit, we learned that Road Dogg Jesse James is the new head of creative writing per PW Insider. Obviously he had hate before, but AJ Styles tweeted out before judging this guy from his past performance as the head writer. Just know there was a man who picked it apart to the point where it was no longer his idea, which is true. Vince loved doing that shit.
hmm
Vince loved it. So we see just that kind of happen, which I'm kind of excited. Which honestly, it opens up a lot more for this.
Yeah, I agree.
But they with someone they got to do something with, in my opinion, though, is Mi Chin because she revealed that marijuana is off of the banned substances list, which is what it was. But what are your thoughts on this, Ryan? Because I have a really big I have a big thought that I want to get into after this, after yours.
How do I apply for WWE? It's officially my dream job. It's my take on it. This is amazing.
This is
I honestly
it's a
thought it was for the longest time until the Liv Morgan thing happened.
right, which is where my thoughts come in. Of I think Liv Morgan being arrested in 2023 was a big part of why they took it off the banned substances list. Because at the time, she was one of the biggest stars, and she had got injured. But I'm pretty sure, because I mean, for the ones that don't know, marijuana could genuinely help your pain or anything like that. Just it's not gonna magically heal it overnight. No, it's a process like every other medicine. So, um, but I personally think that her, like I said, her arrest was a huge thing for this because she's one of the biggest stars. She was in a too long of a rivalry with Rhea Ripley, which we might see hopefully fucking finish at WrestleMania if they do decide to go that route. So, but that's my thought. I mean, I've already wanted to work for the business, but now I know this. We might, but I don't know. Just gonna keep those thoughts to ourselves. But I'm ready to get into the week, Ryan, unless you have any other news to work on or talk
I
about.
uh, I agree. I'm ready to get into this week. We are what 1 week away from Elimination Chamber as of right now.
Mm,
Less
6
than a week
days.
because we're recording it on Sunday, but
Yeah, 6 days.
damn straight.
6 days in Toronto.
Toronto, Canada, Canada.
So we get into Monday Night Raw. We see Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Roxanne Perez, Raquel Rodriguez, American Maid, who it's really just Ivy Nile, Dakota Kai, AJ Styles with William Byron, for the ones who don't know, NASCAR driver. But Rollins and Balor have the Elimination Chamber qualifier. Perez and Rodriguez have their qualifier. Dakota Kai and Ivy Nile have a number of contenders for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, which I kind of fucked with this match, but I definitely didn't. I almost wanted it to be PLE worthy, but there's just spots on there that I couldn't say it was PLE worthy.
Right.
And then AJ Styles versus Dominic, but I mean, saying PLE worthy matches, I mean, we've seen WrestleMania matches go fucking horribly wrong, so.
Oh my god, yeah, just look at Triple H's track record on him.
Mm-hmm. Man, that commentator match, man. WrestleMania 27.
That one too, yeah. That one was just.
That was the greatest match ever.
What? What?
Imagine. We get a replay of Sammy getting attacked by Kevin Owens, though, to start out the show. We get a replay of Sammy's video from SmackDown, replay from Royal Rumble, the ladder match when Kevin Owens got Alabama slammed, and Sammy was sitting there trying to, be there as a friend. And then replay of Kevin Owens' video from SmackDown answering him. But then Sami Zayn comes out. He opens up Monday Night Raw. Ryan, I'm just saying. I don't know how you felt about this, but biggest Sammy chance. He spent a lot of time, sitting, rehabbing, thinking about the history between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. But he thinks in the entire history of this business, there has been no two guys still together through the pool halls, through the Indies, through NXT, through WrestleMania. A relationship that long, there's going to be forgiving and forgetting, but there's no forgetting and no forgiving this time. Adam, we both know why this was played. Hold on. We both know this time was different. You tried to end my career. This time was probably for Kevin. I think I was typing too fast. The problem for Kevin is he didn't get the job done because I'm still standing. I'm not going to pretend I'm 100%. So I have enough in the tank for a fight. So, Kev, you'll say you'll be in Toronto for Elimination Chamber. Guess what? I'll be there too. I want this fight. Before I go any farther, Ryan, what do you think?
At this moment, like as the promo's going on, my live reaction to this was like I'm losing it because like, oh my god, my whole idea was that Sammy wasn't even going to be on TV for like after until Elimination Chamber,
Right.
and then what follows it, dude? What follows this blows my mind. Almost made me say like beforehand, yo, you want to switch? Like, you want to cover the Rock promo? I'll cover this one. But yeah, I'm loving this program right now. Should be a banger. And then
Yeah.
hello?
My bad. I accidentally muted myself.
No, you're good.
But Adam goes, Sammy, what are we doing? We have talked more than once. I've talked to Aldis. I know you both want this match. I know they want the match. Sammy, I also want this match. But myself, Aldis, the board, and medical have all told you no. And that's the kicker. You're not medically cleared to compete. And as much as I want to make it official, the answer is no. And so Sammy comes back with saying, Adam, wait. How long have you known me and Kevin? You know the history between us. You know I'm not taking answer for a no. He goes, Adam, I'm not leaving this ring until you give me that match. Adam's like, right, man. I've known you for 20 years. I can't sanction this, though. You want me to do something I've never done before? Sammy, that means if Kevin wants to take you to the concourse and beat your ass, I can't stop him. If it means Kevin will hoist you up and pile drive you again and again and again, I can't stop him. You assume all the risk for very little reward. Even if you win this thing, you still lose. What do you want me to do, Sammy? In Toronto at Elimination Chamber? It could be the very last match in the career of Sami Zayn. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, Sammy? Sammy, now he comes up the ramp, leaves the ring, comes up the ramp. Sammy goes, Do I understand what it means? Yes, I know. And if I want to wrap a steel chair on Kevin Owens' neck, you can't stop me. If I decide to go to the concourse and beat him senseless, you can't stop me. And if I want to drop him on his head again and again and again, you can't stop me. So give me this damn match. So Adam goes in Toronto at Elimination Chamber. It'll be Kevin Owens 1-on-1, Sami Zayn. But Sami, it's not official. It's unsanctioned. And dude, Pat, like, I don't know if you're listening to commentary at all, but Pat McAfee's going fucking nuts. Like, just like how you were, like, when I was at, right before we got to Adam. He went fucking nuts. But what do you, let me know, Ryan. Talk to me here.
Oh, this is, God damn it. In Toronto, Canada, Canada's finest own, having an unsanctioned match. I have like a really interesting take that I feel like,
So if it's unsanctioned, how does this match end? Is it still the traditional 1-2-3 or
yeah,
what?
it can still end in a 1, 2, 3. So they'll put a referee in there, but the referee's only job is to count 1, 2, 3 or to ring the bell on a submission. That'll be like his only job to do.
So
And then
it's a falls count. It's literally like a falls count anywhere match.
I don't know about false count anywhere, but I think it has to end in the ring.
Or
But maybe that. I mean, it's definitely no
like a false
DQ.
like
Like
a yeah false yeah mixed no DQ no, or false count anywhere like mixture.
maybe we'll see. But my whole thing is like
False count anywhere is crazy.
they.
Damn. All right.
I like I have I want this to go. I want to see an unsanctioned match in WWE, right? But at the same
Right.
time, WWE has the opportunity here to do something unbelievably good, in my opinion.
Oh
And
yeah, they can.
it's just that they have to have the balls to do it, and it's that this goes on last, and that this goes maybe 5 minutes,
What do you mean?
and you have Sami Zayn come out there. They fight it out for a couple minutes. Then Kevin, out of nowhere, apron power bomb to Sami Zayn, like right in front of the announcers, in front of Sami's wife, who's probably going to be front row. Apron power bomb to Sami, like on every side of the ring. Throw him into the ring. Give him like 3 consecutive package pile drivers. Sami needs to just be pouring blood. He gets absolutely destroyed, and there's nothing no one can do about it. No one can stop Kevin at this point. He's unleashed. Like he can do whatever the fuck he wants. And this writes Sami Zayn out of WrestleMania. Kevin goes on to fight Randy at WrestleMania, and then we don't see Sami Zayn again until I'm long term booking this shit. I've thought about this for the past few days, past week, if you couldn't tell. I've like booked it out in my brain, piece by piece. But then at some point, Kevin needs to win the WWE title so that Sami Zayn can return and win the WWE title from Kevin in this main event of SummerSlam after being written out of WrestleMania by Kevin in Toronto.
That's interesting.
Bang. I know that was a lot, very short time. I kind of rambled there.
Because that's
But
all in a 6-month time span.
yeah. So you have like you can run the Kevin Randy feud going into Mania. Then on the other side of that, Kevin can
That
start
opens
gunning
it
for
up
a
too.
world title. Because I
Yeah, I
like
think he guns. I
out of
think
that
he guns after
program,
Cody.
yeah, out of that program, I would have Kevin win against Randy.
Ooh,
That's controversial, I know. That's controversial as fuck, but I would do it because that's just I would want to push Kevin that hard. Because if you want to put him in the main event, push him as that psychopath killer that really made it.
09 Randy Orton. What, okay, who's worse, 09 Randy Orton or 2025 Kevin Owens?
2025
2024
Kevin,
or 2025 Kevin Owens.
2025 Kevin Owens after seeing SmackDown.
I'm ready for this shit. I'm ready for this
I'm
shit.
Yeah, this is so good. This is already it's early into 2025 and this is already my feud of the year.
Oh my god. So we get the Who Attacked Jade Cargill promo video, and as always, I mean, I think we all were thinking, "Oh my god, it's Liv Morgan." No, no, no,
No, no. No, no.
no. Because this is a good point that I believe if we get to, I'm pretty sure Liv brings it up later. Um, I'm not a great. Okay, hold on. I just want to make this clear. If my girlfriend is listening to this episode, I just want to make it clear. it's the point that is getting across. I do not agree with Liv as a person. Just want to make that clear. For those who don't know, my girlfriend fucking hates Liv Morgan, so I'm just trying to make it clear.
Oh, that's so funny.
So we get the replay of Aldis showing the tag champs, the video, and we see Liv and Raquel walking away or walking past the ambulance, and we see Naomi going, "Oh my god, I know it wasn't me," like talking her shit, saying it wasn't, like you were saying last week. It's still Naomi.
Mm-hmm.
Which brings us to the Judgment Day locker room, and Liv says the only revenge they should worry about with the tag champs. And she starts hyping up Dom, beating up AJ. Dom is coming off scared to talk with Finn though. Finn says there's going to be 3 members of the Judgment Day Elimination Chamber. Finn, he kind of taunts to Raquel though, and Raquel kind of talks or says she's going to handle her business, but Carlitos tries to step in. But Finn goes, after tonight, they'll all be back in business. And he looks at Dominic and goes, no new members. And as Dominic walks off, Liv goes, Carly, what you doing? Dude, I just want to see the Judgment Day over.
I do too, but I've heard people pitching an idea, and I want to run it by you. Malachi Black is free from his AEW contract now. And I've heard this whole new member talk. I've heard a lot of people say that Malachi Black comes in as this new
don't do that to him. Don't
member.
do that to
hold
him.
Hold on. Let it finish. Let it play out. Let me finish. It doesn't end with him.
Let him cook.
It doesn't end with him in the Judgment Day. It does not end with him in the Judgment Day. He comes in kind of posed as this new member right away, but in reality, he's there to just dissect the group from the inside out. Because really, he's gunning for Finn. He wants the prestige or the honor of being the guy to take down Finn Balor. Because Finn still has a legacy. You can still bitch it as that. Is Malachi Black is here as the reckoning or whatever for Finn's actions.
I feel like Finn needs to have a world title before it's all said and done.
You could, but my end point of this, I usually ramble when I try to book like this. Sorry, is just Malachi Black destroys the Judgment Day and fights Finn at WrestleMania. Is the end goal of it?
That'd be interesting. That'd be really interesting, actually.
Mm-hmm. Then I've heard a lot of people say AJ versus Finn at Mania too.
I would fuck with that match probably more.
Yeah.
I haven't seen much of Malachi Black. That's the only reason why I say more AJ and Finn.
Yeah, I like AJ. I think I'd prefer AJ and Finn too more, honestly, just because they're 2 of my most favorite wrestlers. And having them do a match at WrestleMania.
Thank God. And then after this, we get a video from iShowSpeed, and we see the day after Breaker speared him. He goes, he had a really bad headache, and he said he couldn't move. And it was one of the craziest moments ever in his life. I feel bad for that man still. That man was killed.
Got wrecked. Absolutely destroyed.
But we also see AJ Styles getting ready for his match against Dom, and we get the replay of William Byron winning the Daytona 500 the night prior the Sunday night prior. But getting into our match, AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio. AJ starts out hot, but Dom later hits a 619, and then AJ does a series of punches and elbows to Dom, and which leads to a nice little neck breaker. But AJ goes to hit the Styles Clash, and so Carlito gets involved. Dom tries to roll up Finn or AJ for the win, but AJ later hits the Styles Clash for the dub. But after the match, Braun Breaker appears in the ring. He goes to spear AJ, but hits Dom instead. AJ said, nah, gotta be quicker than that. AJ hits a Pele kick, though, throws Breaker out of the ring and catches Breaker's shirt after it gets thrown at him, pissing off Breaker. AJ stares down the championship, and as he goes to go grab it, Breaker runs and grabs it like a fucking... He grabs it like a child.
Yeah.
Said, no, it's mine. Mom said it's my turn with it. Mom said it's my turn.
Oh, my God. That catch, though, from AJ earns him a spot in the Hall of Fame alone.
Dude, that was That was too smooth. That
I've
was too
seen
smooth.
that thing show up more times on like Instagram reels for WWE stuff than anything the past week.
That is insane. That was really funny, actually. I was like, I was thinking the aura that it just added to AJ.
Bro, he tried to catch it with his left, ended up catching it with his right, and he didn't even look at it once.
Oh God,
Aura.
aura farming. Anyways, Julius Creed though, we see him join Team Cormier as a coach in the UFC. Daniel Cormier's team, and we see a replay at the end of the tag title match. Leads us to American Made and him and Brutus reminiscing about last week about how they beat up the War Raiders. But Ivy goes, "It was cool until you didn't win." She says she's going to take care of Dakota, and she goes, "I know these people want you to win," but Dakota goes, "I'm earning my rematch tonight." Once she walks in as well, which I was really happy about this. So let's get into it. Number one contenders for the Women's Intercontinental Championship: Dakota Kai versus Ivan Nile. Lyra Valkyria is ringside. Um, and then we see Aaron Woods, a National Rugby League legend. And I also got a question: did Dakota get a new theme?
I can't tell anymore. Well, certain stars, I just can't tell with their themes if they get new ones or not. Dakota's one of them. I'm sorry. I
But
can't tell with Death Rebel.
into the match, we get a collar and elbow tie up, and leads to Ivy Nile on the top rope, and Dakota starts out hot with a couple of arm drags as well. And Ivy has some control until Dakota hits a big kick to the face, and Kai hits a sunset flip backbreaker, which I thought was really fucking cool. And then Ivy locks in the ankle lock, looking like Dakota was going to lose, but Dakota hits the GTK for the win. Give Dakota this fucking belt, please.
Please. Oh, it is time. It is
Lyra did not
time.
deserve to have that belt. She hasn't done anything with it.
She ain't done shit with
And
that
her
belt.
presentation, like I talked to you, like I think it was like a week or two ago about Lyra's presentation. Like Lyra's first match was supposed to be against Asuka, but Asuka had gotten like hurt or something, or it was like when it was like after Backlash last year when she's been gone since then. Lyra
Hmm.
was supposed to face her, but she ended up facing Dakota Kai instead. Why not put her against Io? I don't even think Io was in any programs around that time. I could be wrong,
She's
but
fighting Rhea after Elimination Chamber.
no, I was talking last year when Lyra
Oh,
debuted.
right.
So I don't know. But after the match, Lyra gets in the ring and raises the championship, which we see. Where are we at? We get a replay of Jey Uso making his decision um, to face Gunther at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship, and Gunther is in the stands imitating Jey. He says he wants to feel what the yeet is all about. There's no fucking music played. Gunther's yeeting. He goes, "Come on, guys, do it with me. I want to feel it." Well, I'm smarter than all of you. Anyways, for a very simple gesture, for very simple people. I thank you for appreciating me because performing for you was like reading Shakespeare to a dog. What you need to understand is that as the best wrestler in the company, I'm sick and tired of stepping into the ring with people who can't lace my boots. I was hopeful to talk and beat some sense into Jay, but because of you yeeting and dancing along, forcing that man into digging his own grave. What you need to understand is the match won't happen up here, but in the ring. When the bell rings, I outclass Jey Uso in every aspect of the sport. We get you suck chance. And what all of you do after WrestleMania, Jey Uso's blood will be on your hands. But not for once. Be honest. Do you think Jey stands a chance to beat me at WrestleMania? Yes. And as we get the We Want Jey chance. You know what? I'm aware none of you have a clue, anyways. Why not get a professional opinion? Michael, Pat, and you're supposed to be unbiased professional opinion. Do you really think Jey Uso has a chance to beat me at WrestleMania? And Pat stands up. Gunther's like, "Well, you always run your mouth, Pat. Say it to me." And Gunther throws the mic at Pat. He goes, "Do I think Jey can beat you at WrestleMania?" And Michael is like, "Don't, hey, he asked for your opinion. I'm not giving him mine." And we get he goes a little yeet here, a little yeet there. Yeah, I hope he beats you at WrestleMania. And Gunther takes off his jacket, fucking chucks it.
Doesn't it hit a kid?
I think this was. If it wasn't last week, it was this week of the episode where he fucking hit a kid.
Yeah, he was a kid or so with it.
But then we get so we get the refs trying to stop him, and Pat is yeeting on the announce table. And Michael Cole goes, "Dude, get your ass down! Like you're gonna get us beat up." And Jay goes to leave, but runs to the ring and throws a punch after punch on Gunther. Jay super kicks security, and then Gunther locks in the sleeper. An official separated them both, but Jay gets loose, and Gunther retreats like the big baby back bitch he is.
Wow! Yeet! Holy crap, man! I'm loving Jey Uso on his road to becoming world champion, man. He just feels unstoppable right now. I might break your heart though, but I want something along the lines of like what happened with The Rock last year in Cody Rhodes between Gunther and Jay at least once.
What do you mean?
Something along the lines of like Gunther just bloodies Jey Uso and closes out the show, leaving Jay in the middle of the ring in like a puddle of his own blood, absolutely destroyed or something like that ahead of WrestleMania.
That'd be crazy.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, Jay's going to come back and fight back from it and win the title. In my hopes, he definitely should.
So after this, though, we get Kathy, Kelly with Liv and Raquel. And this is where I agree with the concept. I do not agree with Liv Morgan as a person. Kathy tries to ask about the Jade attacking. Liv goes, "Did you see us attacking her?" "No, you're talking reckless." And she goes, "Raquel will win." And Liv says, Raquel will squish Roxanne. Jesus. I need to learn how to speak. Roxanne. No, I'm kidding. We're not in 2020. Anyways, Kathy tries asking again, and Liv goes, "They didn't do it, but if they did," and then they leave. And Kathy goes, "So much for giving us nothing." I'm just saying, we didn't see Liv and Raquel do it. Now, did we see Naomi did it? No, we didn't see Naomi did it. But it's really fucking suspicious when it comes to Naomi. When the night that Jade was attacked, especially when she looked dead into the hard camera and gave us that nasty look.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, that's a little suspicious. And then every clue just leading up, like she's like, "I'm not she's like making it like, "Oh, I didn't do it." Like she's trying to cover herself up. I think more Naomi and more than anything. I'm not trying to be racist. But look, it's really fucking suspicious that it happened during Bianca's match. Naomi was nowhere to be seen. I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
Can't really remember the whole details of that night.
I can't remember that.
Something
but
along those, yeah.
I do not remember Naomi being ringside. But we get a replay of Sammy demanding his unsanctioned match at Elimination Chamber, making it official. We get Brad Thomas, who was ringside. He's a retired military personnel. I think there was more to it. I forgot. So thank you for your service. And then we get Love is Blind alums, Laura and Brittany. I don't know who the fuck these bitches are. But again, thank you, Brad Thomas, for your service. Then we get Penta El Cero Miedo versus Pete Dunne. We get the match. Pete Dunne starts out hot, and Pete Dunne breaks Penta's fingers, right? Like we see Pete Dunne do that all the time. But who comes out? Ludwig Kaiser. Penta hits a Mexican Destroyer. On to Dud, and then Kaiser gets on the apron. Dud capitalizes though, but Penta kicks out of a pin, and then Kaiser and Dunn argue a little bit, and then Dunn gets sent into Kaiser by Penta, which leading him to hit the Penta driver. But after the match, we all knew this was happening. Kaiser attacks Penta, and then Dunn and Kaiser go at it ringside, and then Penta runs the ropes and hits the tope con hilo onto Dunn and Kaiser. Dude, what do we got for this segment? What anything?
I'm liking the whole Ludwig. I just like Ludwig being involved in stuff on the show. I like Kaiser. What you thinking?
Okay, I guess I should ask more. What do you think of Penta's presentation since he's been in WWE? He's been in the WWE for about 2 months now. What do we think of his presentation so far?
I think it's good. I don't really have that many complaints. Maybe he could be involved in more storyline. I don't know how you're feeling about it.
I feel like if we weren't so worried about our world titles, we could definitely have Penta back in the IC title picture. Because I feel like Penta should win it. I feel like Penta should win a title in his first year. Now, first 3 months, he doesn't have to. But put him in more than convincing storylines. Right now, you're kind of just mixing three guys because they have nothing to do on the TV. Like, I don't know why we haven't kept Kaiser going after Braun Breaker like he's been saying he's going to. Or Penta saying, or not even Penta saying anything. He's just Penta, like, you could use that star power to put him into something else. I don't know.
Right.
That's my
I agree.
thoughts.
Um, I definitely think IC title for Penta at some point. I agree with that point. I said point a lot in that sentence. I just caught myself there.
So after this, we get Kathy Kelly with main event Jay. Oh, so, and she goes, "How you feeling, Jay?" She goes, He goes, underestimated Kathy. How is he confidence wise? He goes, they doubt me. Jay can't beat him. Yeet. I can't beat him. Yeet. They keep on doubting me. Yeet. I'm standing in front of you, the Royal Rumble winner. I'm gonna shock the world when I become new World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. Yeet.
Yay!
Look, I called it a week or two ago. I'm telling you, Jay's gonna win at WrestleMania, and it is gonna, dude. Ryan, you might see me break down in tears if Jay wins the World Heavyweight. I'm not even fucking kidding you. You might see me break down in tears if he
I
wins this
won't. I
title.
won't judge either. I won't judge either. It wouldn't be. I've cried.
And
I've cried at pro wrestling before on things, so I can't judge.
it's well, oh my god, if he
It's
fucking
dude. I wish.
pull back Jay,
I don't even wish. I can't say I wish because it's happening. I've got to will
it's
it into existence at this point. Like I know they're behind him fully. That he's on like a momentum train like no other. It feels like.
dude. He's. I didn't think he'd be pushed the way he is with how old he is. He's like he's in his 40s now or late
Mm-mm,
30s.
no, it just goes to
Dude,
show, man. Like you
that's
can never say never. Like straight up. Like in the past like 3 year, 2 years, three
he turns
years, something
40
like
this
that.
year.
Damn. Like in the past like couple years, like look at all the crazy like what ifs that have come true. Like CM Punk's comeback, Jay Uso is in the a world
Jay
title match at
in the
Wrestle
main
fucking Mania.
event of WrestleMania. Oh, I'm so
He won
excited.
the Royal Rumble. Like
I'm so fucking
this is insane. You go
yeah.
back
I
to
think
2011, 2012 and say that like
yeah. You tell
2013
8-year-old me
after Punk
that I'm
is
gonna look at you
gone.
like you're fucking stupid.
Yeah, like what do you mean Jay? Like they would say Jay Uso is gonna win the a world title at WrestleMania 14. I'm gonna be like, which one of them is Jay? Would have been my exact reaction. And now look at it.
That is yeet.
Oh, yeet.
Did it. God, it's gonna be happy tears at WrestleMania. I'm telling you, I'm so fucking excited. And the moment, dude, if he customizes that, I'm not saying he's going to,
Oh,
but if
blue
there's some
strap.
blue strap with yeet, you already know I'm dropping 700. I'm
The
already
only
dropping it.
time,
Yeet.
the only time I'd be okay with a blue strap world title, man. That'd be so good.
Oh my goodness. So, anyways, after this, we get the Padistrator. Bailey being at the NBA Celebrity All Star Game. Bailey was on team Jerry Rice. She got some playing time, took on former NBA champion Baron Davis, and she put up a few shots and she missed one for the video that we saw. But it went in the bucket anyways because it was rebounded. After this, though, we get a Roxanne Perez promo video, which I like this, meaning I think we're going to get more of a Roxanne Perez Bailey style of thing, which I'm gonna look. We're real. We're gonna know. Roxanne's not winning this title or winning Chamber. Bailey could win it. Bianca might honestly be the favorite. Um, fuck Liv. Alexa's not winning it because she's gonna do shit with the Wyatts. I hate to say it. I wanted to keep her out of it, but if Triple H does it right, we can do it. And then who's a sixth woman? Naomi, no. There's gonna be a whole Jay Cargill feud. Because let me throw this idea at you. Jade Cargill returns at Elimination Chamber, tears down the door. Last two standing, Bianca and Naomi. She big boots Naomi right in the face, tells Bianca to pin her. 1, 2, 3. Jade takes back her tag team title. They go on to WrestleMania. Um, Jade, they don't defend the titles though. It's gonna be Jade versus Naomi, and then Bianca versus Rhea. If that's how you want to book it. What do you think?
I'm loving it. I definitely like that a lot. Especially, dude, the sight of Jade Cargill storming to the ring and just ripping open the fucking like door of the cage and pointing at Naomi and be like, "It was you, bitch!" and like big boot in her ass. Oh my god.
Now, what if she doesn't even go? If it's you, bitch, she just goes in there acting like it's a hug. No, but like in the back of the mind, both of those girls know know she's pissed off. Goes
Mm-hmm.
in there, just like I was saying, just we both like we're saying, just boots the fuck out of Naomi.
Straight up, yes.
You know that would have that would have been fucking crazy. If you weren't pushing Naomi and Nia as like enemies, you could have pushed them as tag team champions under the bloodline.
Oh, that'd be such a
Oh
good
my
idea.
god. You could have ran the women's and the men's division entirely on SmackDown.
Straight up, you could have.
But Vince hates women, so we get a Roxanne Perez promo video, we get NXT highlights and Royal Rumble highlights, and then we get to see her walking to the ring, and then we see Raquel walking to the ring with Liv. But then we get the War Raiders promo video. Last week you took us to the very last minute. You're everything you're advertised to be. You make no mistake though, you're not built for war. You had your shot and you missed. The War Raiders are still World Tag Team Champions, and you boys just made a big mistake. Next time we have a match, it's war.
Big mistake.
What do we think about the War Raiders and their tag team titles? We think they're doing good.
I think they're doing all right. They're doing pretty good. I don't got too much complaints about them, honestly.
They're
Fun.
how many times have they defended them now? Twice, 3 times.
I think twice. Yeah, I was.
That's
Dude,
more than the Judgment Day second run with them.
you're
When
not
it was Finn and JD.
wrong. You're not wrong. I was just hoping that at this point he would be. He would be. It's two of them. I was just hoping that they would be feuding with the New Day, like in a legit feud with the New Day at this point. But signs don't seem to be pointing that way yet, at least. Hopefully
I'm a,
WrestleMania, honestly. That's the feud. I'm holding out. Like they could really do a good one with the New Day as world titles, like tag champs again.
mm-hmm.
What do you think about New Day potentially being tag champs again, though?
You gotta like give me a convincing tag team and put them in a convincing storyline for me. Because Raw's tag team division is really full of heels right now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like you really don't have any good tag teams, and like the good tag teams you have are all like, or I hate to say it, your LWO like style of tag teams. Like I feel like LWO could be pushed so much more, but like just showing us like they fucking like, dude, SmackDown's tag team division is so like
Oh my gosh, dude, I love the tag
my
division
head
right now.
hurts.
It's
Like
so good.
my favorite tag team right now is on SmackDown, bro.
This is
Like
Profits.
we want the smoke. Of course, it's the motherfucking
Oh my
Profits.
god,
We
dude, they're so
want
good
the
right now.
smoke. Them and DIY, like those are my top two. I think DIY more because like I said before, I watch Johnny Gargano's YouTube videos, so I
hmm
see like a different side of him more than some other people see. But like, dude, I'm telling you, like it blows. Like even if you just put Motor City Machine Guns or like DIY, just somebody like one of that style of tag team on Raw, you could fix that entire division just like that.
Yeah, you'd spice it up a lot.
I'd even be okay with Pretty Deadly, the musical.
Yes,
Yes,
boy.
boy. I'd even be okay with it. But it's just like, because with the way like Pretty Deadly is getting presented right now, it's pretty legit. I'm starting to fuck with it now. They're not just some like ragdoll tag team. No, they are a team that's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, I'm liking
I'm
Pretty
loving this
Deadly.
shit.
I want that
Because right now
music
you have
playing in the
4 tag
background.
teams going after those titles, right? You have Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, Profits, Pretty Deadly, and then you also have Los Garza, and then I feel like there's one more team I'm missing
On SmackDown,
on SmackDown.
Guns, DIY Profits, Deadly, Garza. I
No,
can't
I'm
remember
not.
who
That's
I'm
it.
missing.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's
Yeah.
kind of it. You kind of got all 5 of them. That's 5, right?
So
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's 5. Let's just, you know what? We'll get to them when we get to SmackDown. We got the women's elimination chamber qualifier. Roxanne Perez versus Raquel Rodriguez. And the match, Raquel starts out hot. As always, she's a machine. Like, dude, honestly, I wish she would have won this match, but didn't. Which I'm okay with. I'm okay with Roxanne winning, but you're not really gonna do much with her.
Hmm.
So
No,
Raquel
I
starts
kind
out
of like
hot, though,
this.
like I was saying. Perez gets ragdolled around the ring, though. Raquel hits a spinning elbow until Roxanne hits 2 suicide dives onto Raquel. Bianca comes out, though, and Liv tries to plead her case, like, no, 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 I didn't do it. Naomi shows up behind her, though, and Bianca and Naomi take out Liv, causing a distraction for Roxanne to hit the roll up for the win. And after the match, Bianca goes for a KOD on Liv, and Raquel saves her.
I actually do like Roxanne winning this, low key. Because Wade Barrett pitched it. If you really look at the men's lineup and the women's lineup, you've got 6 former world champs in the men's chamber, and then Wade Barrett phrased it so good, and that's the only reason that I like it is because of Wade Barrett's phrasing. Is because he goes, and in the women's one, we've got 5 former world champions and 1 future prodigy.
That was pretty valid.
I like that. I like that pitching. As Roxanne Perez is going in there as the only person that's qualified for the chamber that hasn't won a world title, but don't count her out because she's in there for a reason. God damn it. I like Roxanne, honestly.
I do
I'm
too.
excited to
But
see what they
after this,
actually do with her.
we get Kathy Kelly with Seth freaking Rollins. And she asked him, do you have any final words for your match tonight? And Seth has a few final words. WrestleMania is 10 weeks away. He can't get to Mania unless he wins Elimination Chamber. He can't win Elimination Chamber unless he wins tonight. And this is as big as it gets, Kathy. Finn Balor needs this win, but I need it more. And then we end up seeing Karrion Kross come in. He goes, Sami Zayn, I know you'll see this. We know you keep an eye on Rollins. What's this delirious mindset all of you guys have? Jay beating Gunther at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship? No. Seth believing he'll win the Elimination Chamber after tonight? How is he going to beat the Invisible Man, John Cena? Sammy, you can't actually believe you have a chance at beating Kevin Owens. Sammy, I still believe deep down inside there's still time to turn things around. I thought it was pretty funny when he said, how's he going to beat the Invisible Man, John Cena, honestly?
That was really
But
funny.
what the fuck is going on with, like, probably Triple H's biggest fucking L ever?
Which won the Wyatt Six feud with
Yes.
the Final Testament? I agree.
Yes.
Especially after releasing AOP like that, it all just feels really
And Paul.
worthless.
Paul was so.
Yeah. Cross just feels like he's spinning his wheels right now. But if Sammy wasn't involved in the Sammy if Sammy wasn't involved in the Sami Zayn feud, if Sammy wasn't involved in the Kevin Owens feud, or Rollins wasn't like more so being pitched for Roman or something involved with Punk or something like that, then I'd say either one of them could go into like a more long term feud with Cross. Because I kind of like this more manipulative character that he's taken on these past couple of weeks. They just need to actually flush it out and do something real with it, you know? Because now it feels like he's just spinning his wheels, showing up and talking to people that aren't there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I
I agree.
wanted to know how that feud would have
Bullshit.
ended too. But
Right?
it ended with Uncle Howdy getting his ass beat.
That was stupid as fuck. The Wyatts ended on a loss, and we haven't seen them since. That's the
Well,
big. That's the biggest thing that I'm salty about.
it's because Howdy's been injured. Bo's been
Yeah, I
injured.
get that, but like, god damn it.
I don't know. Backstage though, we get Finn ready for his match. And we get Io Sky promo. She goes, "How quickly things can change." A year ago, I was champion, heading into the biggest stage of them all. My path to WrestleMania isn't so clear. This match with Rhea is all I need. I know her, but does she know herself? Every time we crossed in NXT, I stood tall, and I will take my rightful spot in this division, and I punch my ticket to Mania.
This is going to be such a good fucking match on post-chamber show. Like, low-key, like, type shit. Hello? Your mic might have cut out.
Hello?
Hello? Are you back?
Yeah. What were you saying? Did you say anything?
What did I say? I said one thing. It was just whatever even.
Talking about Io
This
and
guy,
Rhea.
yeah. This match is gonna be just really good after Chamber.
I'm excited. After this, though, we get the New Day and a replay of them attacking Ray. Dragon Lee coming to help. Dragon Lee gets power bombed, and Woods uses a chair onto Ray's leg, causing him to be out of action. Xavier goes, "Get well soon, Ray," with a big ass grin on his face. He goes, "In reality, we wanted to talk to y'all." Kofi goes, "We get it, y'all don't like us, but if we could just have a second to speak, New Day sucks chance just fucking pour down, dude. They get more heat than Dominic now. Like, sorry to say it, but they do.
Yeah, it's
But
gotten to that point.
Xavier goes, "Shut the hell up, all of you. Y'all so mad what we said to Big E, our friend. We told him to keep his lazy ass at home. Rey Mysterio, the Hall of Famer who has sucked the life out of every luchador in this company. All of you are insane." And Kofi goes, "Y'all put Rey on this pedestal because he's a Hall of Famer, because he's the greatest luchador alive. Guess what? I have more title wins than Rey Mysterio. I've been here longer. I've been here 19 years. The difference between me and Rey, between Rey and myself, I've never left. I should be locker room leader, not him. Rey Mysterio kicking us out is crazy." Just want to point out, Rey Mysterio made his fucking debut in 2002. Kofi made his in
That
08. Kofi's math ain't fucking mathing.
well, Ray has spent a lot of time out of the company. He's left the company, I think, at least twice, and Kofi's never left. So that's his math.
All right, Kofi, you can suck my dick.
That's Kofi's math. I agree. I don't agree with Kofi's math.
He's got that Steiner math. He's got that Steiner math. Get them Steiner jeans.
Oh god, damn it!
And if my math is correct, I have a 66 and 2/3 chance of winning.
Samoa Joe, the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you at Sacrifice.
Xavier goes, "It's a level of audacity that forced our hand, taking a steel chair to Rey Mysterio." Kofi goes, "That's why we made him cry. Tears down his cheeks, embarrassed." New Day sucks chance, though, rain down again. "And y'all don't like us, huh? So what? It could have been worse for Ray. Y'all should be thanking us for showing mercy to your hero." And Xavier goes, "You should have been thankful we didn't give him the old Yeller treatment, taking him outside and, doing it." I'm not going to say it because that's fucked up. Kofi, "Y'all should thank us, though." Xavier goes, "All of y'all should be on your knees screaming, 'Thank God for the New Day.'" Dragon Lee comes out with the LWO. He goes, "What you did to Ray, that's unforgivable." Speaks some Spanish, and I'm sure you don't know what I'm talking about. I'll be specific. New Day sucks. And LWO goes after New Day, and New Day gets sent to the outside and run away like the big baby back bitches they are.
Big baby back bitches they are. I agree. Fuck New Day right now.
Oh my God. But we learned after this, Michael Cole is on Impulsive this past week, which I want to know what your thoughts are on what he said about Vince McMahon. Hold on. I gotta look it up because I forget.
Right.
But what do you think about this whole thing with the New Day while I'm looking this up?
I'm a big fan of it. I like the New Day. Well, I hate the New Day. Right? Fuck the New Day. Because they did that shit to Big E, made him sad, and left. But, like, damn it, they're so good at being dickheads.
Right.
The LWO came out. I had no reaction to that. It's just because LWO hasn't been pushed in a way that I feel like they should have. Especially Dragon Lee. I feel like a year or two ago we were kind of like discussing Dragon Lee as truly like the next face of Lucha Libre in WWE, and like
Yeah,
not even in like the way that people always do when there's one around. Like genuinely, Dragon Lee, like it seemed like he had that dog in him.
that dog.
Now they don't
So
know nothing.
this is what Michael Cole said about Vince. He goes, "I will never ever disparage Vince McMahon. He's got his personal issues and whatnot, but from a professional standpoint, I'll never disparage the man. I would not be here today without Vince. He gave me everything, stuck with me when I was learning to be a wrestling guy. Wasn't a wrestling guy when I came here.
Hmm.
What do you think?
I mean, you got to look at it from his POV if you're gonna really like read into his words. Like, if you're Michael Cole, yeah, this is the guy that has brought you up in this business in this career. He gave you an opportunity and all that. Like, still a piece of shit. Like, fuck
Yeah.
Vince McMahon, but Michael Cole's personal experiences are his own to live by, in my
Yes.
opinion.
But after this, we see what we get announced for next week is the Women's Intercontinental Championship match and the Women's Tag Team Championship match. Lyra Valkyria versus Dakota Kai for the IC, and Bianca and Raquel versus Bianca and Naomi versus Liv and Raquel. My bad. But we get Bianca and Naomi backstage, and Kathy Kelly catches up, and she goes, "Was that revenge for Jade?" And Naomi goes, "Well, we've been counting down the days for the truth." And Bianca goes, "Without Raquel, Liv should treat Elimination Chamber with a handicap. And we aren't afraid to." Naomi goes, "We aren't afraid to bring the fight as long as it's one of us and Rhea in the ring, and or Io." Bianca goes, "You can't sleep on Io. We're gonna watch that match. We're gonna watch that match." Let me ask. Last two in Elimination Chamber, Bianca and Naomi,
Yes, I like
which
that
kind of
because
stems my
if anything,
idea.
I got Bianca winning.
That's true. I want Bianca to win this, to be honest. But after this, we get the men's Elimination Chamber qualifier to close out Monday Night Raw. Finn Balor versus Seth freaking Rollins. And before the match, Finn attacks Seth before the bell. And obviously, Finn starts to control the match when Rollins sends Finn on the announce table onto his knee, dude. That shit looked nasty.
I
But
actually
Balor
did.
later hits Rollins with the Pele kick, and Rollins hits a moonsault sometime later on the middle rope. And the crowd is singing his song. Whoa, whoa. By the way, there's a guy in the front row in a yellow GTS shirt singing the song. Don't know if you noticed it, but
No,
Rollins hits the
that's
buckle
fine.
bomb and Seth locks in the sharpshooter. But Finn's able to escape, and he is able to hit a coup de grace later on. But Finn locks in the crossface, thinking Rollins is going to tap out. But he gets out and hits the stomp for the win. Seth freaking Rollins closing out the final member of the men's Elimination Chamber qualifying match.
Very,
What do you
very
think?
interesting how that turns out. Makes me wonder, like, because of the talks of Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins having their deal at WrestleMania, we'd pitch Jade Cargill storming into the chamber, ripping the doors off the hinges. What if Roman gets that spot and does that to Seth, though?
Here's the thing, Roman. I thought Roman was out past the rest. I thought Roman's plans were out past WrestleMania.
I can't see Roman missing Mania.
I can't see it either, but if I'm buying those, I'm gonna buy them because honestly, I could buy it with Roman because because of his fucking track record of when he was supposedly the greatest WWE undisputed world fucking suck my dick champion ever. God, I hated that era of Roman so much. But then we begged and begged and begged for him to come back. So I mean, it was it's what it was.
Right? It still popped like that when he came out of SummerSlam.
That shit was, dude. Oh my god, we couldn't speak that night when we got back to the
He's
hotel.
here! He's
Oh
here!
my god! So
Oh man.
that's all I got for Raw.
For Raw, well, then we will move on from Raw. Then we got some stuff before getting into Friday's show. We're gonna get into Tuesday's show. I know we don't usually cover and it is NXT, yeah, NXT, but some shit went down. TNA's X Division champion Moose shows up to confront NXT champion Oba Femi, and there is low key some rumors that at the next TNA pay per view we could do title versus title.
I'd be excited for
which
that.
would be nuts. Could you imagine a TNA star holding that belt, their belt, and the NXT title, or likewise switch it with Obafemi?
That'd be nuts.
Be so fucking cool. I can't wait. We are living in unprecedented days. We get Ricky Starks signing his WWE contract. He is officially called Ricky Saints now underneath NXT. He goes, man, it feels good to hear WWE NXT contract. The Hardy Boys return to WWE TV next week in a match with the No Quarter Catch Crew, Miles Bourne and Tavon Heights. Which Miles Bourne is Randy Orton's kid?
You didn't know that?
Nah, I didn't know
Yeah,
that shit.
there's a clip I had seen. Fadeaway Media on Twitter or X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, had posted. He goes, "He's really Randy Orton's kid." I'm like, "Wait a minute, what?" So I went and watched the clip. You know how Randy Orton hits that like that clap power slam or whatever he
Yeah,
does, like off like when he sends you on the ropes, he goes like, does yeah, whatever, sends it for up the fucking RKO. Well,
yeah.
Randy Orton's kid did it, and I was like, no fucking shot. So I was like, all right. I looked up. I was like, is Miles Bourne Randy Orton's kid? Sure as shit. I think it's his oldest kid.
Wow, that's crazy. Fourth generation, right?
Yes, he's got
Because
Cowboy Bob
Randy's a
Orton
third.
Senior, Cowboy Bob Orton Junior, Randy Orton, then you got Miles Bourne. But he's not going by the
Wow.
Orton name, which confuses me
Uh, maybe they'll. Hopefully they'll
because
switch it.
Cowboy Bob Orton did it, Bob Orton Senior did, or Bob, no, Bob Orton Senior and Junior both did it. Then Randy did it. So
It's
what the
weird them not
what the fuck
naming
is
their
Miles Bourne's
kids
real
after
name?
their family's name. Like, why is Braun Breaker not Braun Steiner? Or like, why is this dude not Miles Orton? Like, it's damn near close enough to Bourne.
He's partial. I think he's partially deaf. That is not.
Insane. That is insane. But
What?
also on the TNA side of it, Oba Femi shows up and he confronts Moose, only to get laid out by Moose's faction. Again, we're setting up that program. It is gonna
Let's
be big.
let's get it.
Can't wait. But we'll get officially into the Blue Brand, where 24 hours approximately before this show went on, we hear the news of who's gonna be on the show. But the final boss, The Rock. We'll get into that. Joe Test welcomes us all to SmackDown in, I don't know why I put Orlando, we're in New Orleans, and mentions the news of The Rock being at the show. We see Tiffy Time walking into the building as well as our
It's
women's tag
Tiffy
team
time.
champions.
Dude, I
It
seen a
is
video of her.
Tiffy Time.
Seen a video of her like at like TSA or something, or like at some airport restaurant or something. I don't know what the fuck she was at, but there's a guy in the like in the building where she was getting like food or something, and he goes, "It's Tiffy time, bitches." I was like, yes,
That's crazy.
it is Tiffy time all the
It
time.
is Tiffy Time all the time. We see the women's tag team champions walking in, and then we see our WWE champion, Cody Rhodes, and Nick Aldis immediately walks up to him, and he tells Cody that he is pulled from the six-man tag main event scheduled for tonight. It's out of his hands, he
Fuck,
said,
dude.
and Cody's pissed. He wants to know what the hell's happening around here. Nick says it's out of his hands, though, if you can smell what I'm cooking. The final boss wants to see Cody Rhodes in the ring tonight. We'll get to that at some point, but to open this thing officially, let's get going. Drew McIntyre takes on Jimmy Uso in an opening contest, and Jimmy cuts a quick promo on his way to the ring. Big Jim got a question for the Big Easy. Will you go on to Elimination Chamber and win that? Will Drew go on to WrestleMania and win that? Well, Big Jim got the answer.
No
No
yeet.
yeet. Hell yeah. Drew won't stay down once the match gets going. Jimmy tries to get going, and they spill to the outside as Drew continues to call him Jay. He then goes, "No mania for you," and like mocking the no yeet shit. Drew gives Jimmy an Alabama slam onto the steel steps before no yeeting on the announce table. That was savage. Drew shrugs off Jimmy's kick and a Samoan drop, and they trade shots until Drew goes up top and he gets caught with the super kick, followed by a spear for a near fall. Drew's Claymore is stopped by a super kick, which is met with a Glasgow kiss, and he begins screaming at Jimmy. But an Alabama slam from Drew is turned into a roll-up and a win by Big Jim. Big Jim Uso!
Big Jim.
After match, though, Drew attacks Jimmy, slams his head in the mat repeatedly, tells him he's nothing to him. Drew puts Jimmy's head against the ring post and he lines him up for a Claymore, but security arrives and they fail like always, and Drew is able to hit Jimmy with a Claymore in the middle of the ring.
Because security's big baby back bitches.
Big baby back bitches. Damn straight. But Drew McIntyre, how are we feeling about the big man? What's he doing at Mania, low key? What you thinking?
He's on SmackDown now, right?
Yeah, it's on SmackDown right now. The big pitch has been Priest for the longest time.
If you run it right.
If you run it right, I'm thinking John Cena.
You think Cena versus Drew?
I want him versus Cena at Mania. Drew versus Cena.
You completely saying fuck Cody Rhodes' idea?
I want Punk versus Cody, man. I am saying fuck the Cena idea at Mania because I want the Punk match at Mania. That's the camp I'm in.
Word. I fuck with that then. I was curious.
Yeah. So after this, we get the match graphic that the main event has been turned from a six-man tag to a traditional tag team match. It's Braun Strowman and Damian Priest versus Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. Get a replay now of what happened in the main event of last week. And a black van pulls into the parking lot. And of all the damn Samoans to get out of it on this night, it's Solo. He is met by Fatu and Tama. And what happened last week to Tama was an accident, he says. But Fatu goes, it's all good, Oos. But if it weren't an accident, you wouldn't be standing here right now. Ooh, Fatu. Love this dude. Comes across dangerous. Solo goes, so. He is. So we're good. I'm glad we're all on the same page, says Solo. And he goes, tonight, I'm going to be in the corner for you and Tama's match, but he gets cut off. Fatu says, me and Tama have been running things on SmackDown for the past few weeks. So tonight, we're going to run the play. Solo goes, all right, I love that. This is why I love you, Jacob. And he goes off and is going to go talk to Nick Aldis. I love you, Jacob. Hype video for the men's main event chamber. I'm so dumb. Elimination Chamber match. Big old video for everybody, of course. We then see Mello and Truth backstage earlier from the night. Truth tells Mello it's their first time having a match tonight, and he ain't never seen this man before in his life. He tells Mello, but Mello's obviously tripping. So what the fuck are you talking about? They got a match tonight, or they got a tag match tonight, says Truth, and says him made the match. This is so confusing. This is so confusing sometimes. I type it exactly like this. Mello don't want to go through this again, but the Miz walks in, and he goes, Mello don't Miz, and tries to fist bump and stunned Mello. He's just like, what the fuck is happening now? So was I. Miz asks who Truth's tag partner is, and he says that it's a Louisiana legend. And Miz has been working on this thing, Miz thing, and Mello don't want nothing to do with it. Right off the bat, though, when he said Louisiana legend, I don't even know if this guy's from Louisiana. Instantly, I thought of the Boogeyman. I don't even know if he's from Louisiana, but I don't know why. I was just like, oh my god, it's the Boogeyman! I don't know why.
I think you would like mine a little bit more than the Boogeyman. I don't know how you feel about it, but I was thinking Uncle Howdy.
Oh,
because if we're gonna keep playing out this whole Bayou cult leader thing, it's exactly what Bray Wyatt was. If we're gonna keep playing off of that, we're not really playing. We're really playing off Firefly Funhouse, but you can really play off the Bayou cult leader as well.
I really like that,
especially if he is Bray's brother.
Bray. I like that version of Bray a lot.
That version of Bray is fire. Fiend Bray was good until Vince fucked it up.
Yeah. And then they put him inside of a big red box.
Oh my god.
Mello don't Miz, apparently. Hate that team name.
I
Uh,
I think it's kind of funny.
I think it's funny, definitely, but it's just like, I cringe every time. It's just like, god damn, no, don't Miz.
Mellow
Um,
don't miss.
then we get on to a vignette making Zelina look like she's in a video game character straight out of Street Fighter. Low key, I'm kind of liking the singles presentation for Zelina. I want her to be pushed into U.S. title contention.
Ooh,
Maybe
okay.
be next U.S. Title holder after Piper eventually wins it at Mania, like we've been talking about for the past couple weeks. What are
Hmm.
your thoughts on that?
If Piper wins it, I'd
Yeah,
be so. I'd actually be really happy if Piper won
I
it.
think it'd be pretty good. I wouldn't be
And
too
I
far
think
against it.
you could really. I don't think you have Zelina beat Piper for it. I think you have. Mm, yeah, who could you take it off? Who could Jade Cargill.
Oh yeah, fucking love that.
And then somehow it ends up snowballing into fucking um um Zelina getting the title because Zelina. I don't think Zelina's presentation will be good enough for it, but I don't know. I can't doubt anything just yet.
Hmm. We shall see. But now, where am I? We get to inside the ring. Mello and Miz are already there, and R-Truth comes out and tells everyone it's time to welcome the Louisiana native, the legend himself, Louisiana Knight.
That's
And
it.
we get LA Knight, yeah,
Yeah,
the legend himself, of course, the living legend. Motherfucker, where is he from? Maryland, isn't he?
yeah. He's from Maryland. He's from Maryland, but he's billed from LA.
Right. God damn it. Then, of course, we get to the match itself. Mello and Truth start off, and Mello gets tossed to the ground, and Truth counts a pin. Don't know who was pinning Mello. Probably little Jimmy, but remains a mystery. Mello
That
and
shit
Miz
was so
argue.
stupid.
It was so good. Mello literally kicks out, too. He's like, who the fuck's pinning? He's like, what the fuck? Oh, man. Mello and Miz argue as Mello gets his ass whooped until Truth tags in the Miz. I don't know how that works. Tried tagging in Miz. Thinks they're still a tag team. After a commercial, Knight gets the hot tag and lays out both Mello and Miz with stomps and slams. Joe mentions it's Knight's fifth straight SmackDown in action. I believe that just should be shouted out. Because why the fuck isn't he the US champ if he's performing on TV this much? Meanwhile, Shinsuke hasn't had a match since he won the damn title.
That's true.
I could be wrong. I think he's had one or two TV matches.
He hasn't
But
had any
my point
title
still
defenses.
stands. No title defenses. You're right. It boggles my mind. Knight then catches the first 48 after a messy move with The Miz. He attempts the BFT. Truth tags in to hit the 5 knuckle shuffle, and the STF is locked in on Mello. Barrett actually called it the STFU, so I'm hoping that actually comes back as the actual name of it, just
That'd
for
be
fun.
interesting. Yeah.
Shinsuke attacks Knight on the outside, leading to The Miz and Mello hitting a skull crushing 48 for the
That
win.
that was interesting. I
That
like
was a
that.
cool move. That was a really cool move. They even like smiled at each other. They're smirking after the match, like, okay, maybe this could work. Maybe this could work. I'm not totally against it, by the way. Like, if you want to throw these two in the tag division as like a ragtag odd couple, let's do it.
Honestly, I'm down.
Straight up. Uh, where do we go next? We get a Charlotte Flair vignette, which I was actually pretty excited about to talk to you about because of one thing that she says, and you can probably see my note on it. Basically, Charlotte is great. All hail the queen, and she will see Tiffy at Mania. And she drops a very interesting line in here where she says the GOAT doesn't have to call themselves the GOAT. My question, Alex, who is a current WWE top star that literally calls themselves the GOAT and has a shirt of himself with a goat head with the word GOAT on it? Do you know?
You threw me off because I was thinking Roman.
It is.
Oh, okay.
It is Roman.
Okay. It's like,
He
wait.
has a shirt that literally calls himself the goat and it has his body with the goat head on it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's the shirt on it. I think it looks pretty dumb. But literally, like, that's his whole thing is that he's calling himself the goat. So you can interpret that as a shot at Roman if you want to. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. I
Charlotte
just think it's
versus
funny to
Roman at
point that out.
WrestleMania.
Do it on God. Charlotte beats Roman to win her 18th world title and to beat the record. After Roman has held the title for another 10 years and beaten Bruno Sammartino's record.
God. Roman's gonna retire with the titles in his hands.
We're going all out with it now.
Oh
Going off the
God.
deep end. We'll go on from here. Well, how are we feeling? Well, I'll actually ask you about Charlotte after we see her come out during this match that I'm about to talk about.
Okay.
We then get a match. It is Tiffy time versus Candice LeRae, and Tiffy and everyone else knows it. This is Tiffany in the ring, by the way. She's got a microphone. Promo before the match. Everyone does this. I'm kind of getting tired of it, low key, because it's every single match. It feels like. I don't know how you feel about that, or if you agree on that.
I'm sorry. Say it again. That
Uh, it
lot of
feels
info.
like before most matches now, people are cutting promos
Oh
like
yeah.
almost before every single match.
Yeah. I've noticed
So
that.
Tiffy and everyone else knows it since she won't be. Right, since she won the title, everyone is gunning for her. Last week, she had Nia beat until Candice saved her meal ticket, and at Elimination Chamber, me and Tiffany or Trish Stratus will stop the unstoppable force. Tiffy wants to talk about Charlotte though, and she looked down on Tiffy and she picked her. That made Tiffany's dreams come true. As she laid on the ground, she looked up and realized that all the rumors are true. Nobody likes to kick another girl while they are down quite like Charlotte Flair. At WrestleMania, I'm not coming for your legacy. I'm coming for the spot you desire the most, the top spot in the WWE Women's Division. Nia and Candice interrupt her and they arrive now. She calls it cute that Tiffy thinks that she could beat her last week, and so does Candice. She wouldn't be standing here if it weren't for Trish. Nia says that after she beats them all at Elimination Chamber, she is coming back after her title. Tiffy won't even see the grandest stage of them all, and Tiffy tells her to give it up because this title is hers now, and they say they are tired of this and they should just take her out right now. And then a referee gets in there and stops the both of them. And this is why I love wrestling. Reason like 4 million why I love pro wrestling. One referee can stop the two of them, but an entire pack of security is essentially useless.
Seriously.
That's fun. After a commercial, Candice is in control, but just as Tiffy turns it around, Charlotte Flair, the queen, arrives. A handspring elbow misses because of this distraction. Charlotte gets a headset to join commentary and maybe says 5 things on there that I can remember. Tiffy stomps Candice and sorta whiffs a moonsault to the outside, and Nia pulls Candice away from a PME. But Tiffy takes both out and hits Candice with an Alabama slam in front of Charlotte to the barricade. That's the move of the night. Alabama slam, apparently.
Alabama.
PME, Alabama. PME back in the ring, though, leads to the 1-2-3 for Tiffy time. After the match, Nia lays her out and sets up an Annihilator when Trish Stratus finally arrives. Like, bro, if you were back there the whole time, where have you been? Where have you
Yeah, for
been?
real.
For real. Nia lays Trish on top of Tiffy and gives them both an Annihilator at the same time before leaving. Then Charlotte gets in the ring to stand over Tiffy's broken body and points at the Mania sign. Thoughts on the Queen and Tiffy's program so far?
This is reminding me a lot of Gunther and Jay. To be honest, but roles are reversed.
Explain?
You know how Gunther's beating Jay's ass?
Yeah.
Well, every time Tiffy turns around, she's getting her ass beat either physically or verbally by Charlotte.
Right.
But the roles reversed being Jay is Tiffany and Charlotte is Gunther.
Yeah,
This is going to be
I definitely see
interesting.
that. I'm
I want to see what they do at WrestleMania. I'm excited for the match because I know they're gonna fucking perform. Like
me
these two can
too.
show up and show out.
I've had an idea for this program that I want to pitch at you real quick. Low key, I thought it was gonna start when Tiffy defended her title against Naya, but I guess we can like push it on further. I want Tiffy to eventually defend her title one more time before fighting Charlotte. I don't care against who, I really don't. The end goal of it, I want though, is for Charlotte to blindside Tiffy when she's not expecting it and to trap her in the figure eight and essentially just rip her knee apart in story. So I want Tiffy
Okay.
to walk into Mania essentially one-legged against Charlotte, and to that be our story. A one-legged Tiffany Stratton versus peak Charlotte Flair right now.
Peak Charlotte Flair is when she wasn't in the business.
That's crazy. That's nuts. I love it. Now we will move on from this segment. I'm excited for the women's matches at Mania so far. Can't wait to see Rhea's program. I I think I forgot to mention earlier, but I wanted Bianca winning the women's chamber, low key. That's kind of the idea that I'm rolling with right now. It might change. But then we end. I still want Io in this. So a triple threat at Mania between Bianca, Rhea, and Io. How do you feel about that potentially
Ooh,
happening?
Mania, right?
Yeah, at Mania. Two powerhouses and Io Sky in the middle.
Bianca's a mix of both.
Bianca is a mix of both. I would give you that, yeah.
Mm.
That gets the mana flowing.
The mana.
That's
That is absolutely insane.
just an idea for now. Who knows if I'll continue with that. But we will now move on to our WWE champion. He's seen walking backstage. Damian Priest walks up to ask him why The Rock is here. It's none of your business why the final boss is here. Just sit down and enjoy the ride, bitch. But Cody congratulates him on qualifying for Elimination Chamber. Damian points out last year they both walked out as champions, and it's sad that only one of them can do it this year. But he is man enough to tell Cody that he's going after his title after he wins the Elimination Chamber. Cody wouldn't have it any other way. Then Braun walks in and congratulates him as well on winning, and both respect each other and they are ready to handle business. We then get a hype vignette for the women's elimination chamber, and Byron Saxton with the women's tag champs are seen backstage. Byron points out the security cam footage they saw and asks them if they are ready to defend their titles against Liv and Raquel. Naomi points out that she doesn't think they attacked, or wait, points out that she doesn't think they attacked Jade. She knows. Bianca says that Jade hasn't been able to text them back because she's been recovering. So why not call her? Some shit. Makes no sense. But she is ready to get revenge on Monday. I'm excited for that tag match, low key, because I think we might just switch the belts there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude.
So Liv loses that chamber?
Yeah.
So we're fully buying this Bianca idea.
I'm not fully buying the Bianca idea. I'm not buying the Liv idea, though. That's
Yeah,
my.
I can't. I can't.
That's what I'm doing. I don't know what you're predicting, what you think's gonna happen. In my eyes, I'm not putting Liv in that spot in my booking, in my fantasy booking, until I know it's happening. I don't want to
That's what
will
I'm
it into
saying.
my world.
I don't either.
Naomi is ready to make them feel the glow on Monday, but tonight, Liv is going to feel it. Well, tonight, obviously. We then get on to what was supposed to be that match, Naomi versus Liv Morgan. I can imagine though that this kind of got cut because of um you know who.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
then get Liv Morgan and Raquel. They attack Naomi and Bianca during her entrance when she's on the ring. Naomi is hit with a Tahana bomb, followed by an Oblivion. Then Nick Aldis backstage after we cut back from commercial is seen yelling at them. And they just laugh at him and walk away. But have no fear because Piper and Chelsea Green are here.
This
Hell
guy.
yeah. It is a war crime because her and Piper are ready to take on Bianca, are ready to take Naomi and Bianca's spot at Elimination Chamber. Chelsea's even got an outfit, but it's a travesty. She's not allowed in there. Like Bianca and Naomi, they're still cleared for this shit, but she's ready. It makes no sense why you wouldn't put her in there. This is a travesty to not have the best Canadian export since maple syrup on the Canadian show. God damn. She is, after all, the first ever, longest reigning, tallest, shortest, beautifulest, richest, tannest, sparkliest, oldest, youngest United States women's champion ever. Nick tells her that she will be in action next week, though, in Toronto. What are we? Who? Who could she be fading in Toronto? I have an idea for it.
Toronto.
Do you have any ideas before I tell you who I think it's going to be?
It's going to be Trish.
She's fighting on the pay-per-view.
So what?
I got Natalia.
That's valid.
Mm-hmm. Natalia versus Green, probably on that SmackDown. Probably going to lead into Naomi. Natalia versus Green in a U.S. title feud.
I'll be interested in that. I actually might be interested in Natalia feud. I'm not going to lie. If it was done right. If it was done right.
Yeah, if it was done right.
Huh?
If it was done right. I agree.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I cut out there for a second. It's all good. My phone didn't want
to. You're good.
But with that being said, now, do we move on to the reason we all tuned in to this SmackDown? The big man, the final boss, The Rock, because we do see a truck pull up to the show. All right, and then big ass truck, it pulls up to SmackDown. Of course, we see the final boss's truck. It's a big old Ford. I'm not a truck guy. If I could drive a truck, though, The Rock's got a nice truck. And we get to how did this really flow? It went out to the ring, and then some music randomly started.
Rock's remix.
Rock what the fuck?
I don't know.
I thought for a second, I was like, oh god, Def Rebel gave him a fucking theme song. That's what I thought. I was really, really scared, honestly. I was like, why did they give him this? Like, he had such a good one. It's all good, though, because finally the mana gets flowing proper when the final boss gets out here. Gets the microphone, and during this entire promo, he repeats himself a lot. He just babbles on. We get a mix of corporate Dwayne and pro wrestler final boss. Heel and face switching up. It's kind of crazy. He gets it, though. He says, when the final boss gets in his bird and flies to Friday, cuts out because he's cussing, but I just put it's because of all the damn mana. Let's get this show on the road. And finally, WrestleMania is coming back to New Orleans next year, 2026, live from the Superdome, WrestleMania 42. We get a graphic on the screen now of April 11th and Sunday, April 12th as the dates for the show. How are you feeling about this? I think this is like the third New Orleans show.
This is like the third one. This is like the third New Orleans in like the past 15 years. Because they had WrestleMania 30, WrestleMania 30. Fuck, 4? I think.
Yeah, it was one of them. I think it was 34.
Every wrestle.
That was the one with the big ass mask thing display.
Google. We have Google for this very fucking
straight.
All right, let's see. Oh, this shit sucks. Taking me back to the 80s, bro. I wasn't alive back then. 32. No, I was wrong. 32. So 30 was New Orleans. 34 was New Orleans. And now 41 will be New Orleans. Yeah, so in the past 12 years, we've had 3 in New Orleans alone. 2 in Texas, 2 in Florida. Yeah.
Oh,
3
yeah.
in Florida, I lied. Yeah, so Texas, it's
You
basically like the
want
South has been the
wings.
favorites. The only one that's really, since WrestleMania 30, the only one that really stood out besides the South was WrestleMania 31. That was in California. And that WrestleMania was fucking crazy in itself.
That was a nuts WrestleMania, I
That
agree.
was probably one of my favorite, most of my favorite WrestleManias.
I feel like that one gets slept on too much, too.
Oh, it does, 100%. Has to.
hmm Back into this promo. We'll get diving right into it. Rocky starts singing. I don't know what he sings. I assume it's something to do with the Saints or the New
Yeah,
Orleans thing.
it's. I think it has to do with the Saints.
Yeah. But everyone starts singing along, and he tells them to shut their mouth. This is not sing along with the final boss. You shut your mouth and you let the man sing. Actually warms The Rock, though, singing along with the biggest collection of STD having trailer park trash he's ever seen. It's not the only gift The Rock has brought with him to New Orleans, though. He's here to call someone out. A man that I respect, I admire, who we all admire, our WWE champion, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes! He comes out here.
Cody Rhodes. All right,
All right.
go ahead.
See what happens. Rock tells him that's gotta feel amazing, right? Because he gets a big ass pop. It's Cody. They love you. And Cody says that he loves them too. He's got a big old grin on his face. Something that a lot of people know, Rock talking, says that last year's WrestleMania, we became quite good friends. He points out the last time they were seen on TV together was the Raw on Netflix debut, where he gave Cody his flowers. He said it as he meant it, and they went in the back, drank The Rock's tequila for hours, and had a good old time. Rock wanted to call him out here for one thing, though. You are a great champion, a great WWE champion. He again points out that they've become good friends and says that even their moms have become friends. Shows a picture of Mama Rhodes and Mama Rock.
Mama Rhodes.
Mama Rhodes, I'm coming for you, Mama Rhodes. This is your son's blood. Points out that he's a member of the board at TKO and he gets a bunch of boos and he tells them, hey, shut your mouths, you don't boo that. You do not boo The Rock. Rock was told that he owns WWE by Ariel Emanuel. Fuck, I fucked up his name. Ariel Emanuel, pretty sure is his name, how you pronounce it. He was told that he owns WWE. Rocky says that isn't true, and he isn't sure about that. But he is sure about one thing, and it's that he is the most powerful. You are a great champion, but I want you to be something more than a great champion. I want you to be my champion. And I put in a note here that I'm kind of like losing my shit at this, because when he says that, I'm like, what do you mean?
Oh God.
Like, huh?
Hey.
Cody is taken aback by everything, and he points out to Rock that he should know above all else that he's their champion. They're being us, the fans. That's who he's doing this for. He's not doing this for himself or for the money or none of that. Rock says, yes, you are their champion, proudly. Just like how The Rock is the people's champion, and I love that about you. Talking about something much bigger than this, though. Your number one goal is to bring the most joy and happiness to people around the world because you are that guy. He points out how much bigger of a following he has, and it's not to flex. So The Rock is the most followed American man in the world, and he wants that for Cody. He wants him to be just one step above that. That's what he means by being my champion. If you become my champion, I can make all of your dreams come true. All of your wife's dreams come true. All your little girl's dreams come true. He invited Cody and his family to the Moana premiere in Hawaii, all for his daughter. I can make your baby's dreams come true. I can make it all come true just for you. You just need to be my champion. He yells at someone in the crowd booing him that he's going to slap the syphilis right off of their lips if they don't shut their mouth. One thing that I've never had that I want more than anything is a brother. And that's what you could be. My goal last year was to face my cousin Roman Reigns for the WWE title. And he brings up talking to Triple H and Nick Khan, telling them that they needed to push Cody to the side because in his eyes, it's what was best for business. Rock and Roman main eventing last year's WrestleMania. And what did you do? I'm pretty sure I heard on the internet or saw on the internet that he said, what did you do? You fucked it up!
Yeah, he said you went and fucked it all up.
Yep. Literally dropped the F bomb on live TV again. Love he's got too much power. You stood up to me in front of the world. What else did you do? You slapped me. No one does that and gets away with it. But that's why you're special. He can make all Cody's dreams come true, then calls out their dads being friends, sitting up in heaven, smiling down on them, because they are now friends. And this is why he wants Cody to be his champion and he can make all his dreams come true. He says this about a million fucking times. Like again, Rock repeated himself like so much in this. He doesn't need an answer now though, and he wants Cody to go home, talk to his wife, hold his baby, and think about it. Rocky's going to go do the same. He's going to go home, talk to his wife. He's going to hold all the Rock's babies, and he will see Cody in Toronto. Elimination Chamber, March 1st, where he wants Cody to give him an answer. And the thing that I want more than anything, Cody, more than anything in the world, is that. Kind of just motions at him. Cody, being a sensible human, goes, "Will you want the WWE Championship?" Everyone wants the WWE. He gets cut off, though, by The Rock. He goes, "No, no, my brother. I don't want that. I want your soul." He cradles Cody's face in his hand, and he tells him that he's going to see him on March 1st. Holy shit, dude. I need your thoughts because my brain melted after that segment.
Well, we kind of talked about it through text. Um, I was thinking something along the lines of like corporate Cody, and I was talking to you about it because I'd seen the ideas of it. I don't know really much about corporate Cody because apparently he's been this way before, but I think we get because you had brought up the idea of Seth Rollins. Say Seth Rollins was Elimination Chamber and Cody says yes to The Rock. Well, now Rollins is fighting. He's not fighting for the title. He's fighting to make Cody realize that The Rock's only using him just to use him. And in that way, Rollins goes to win the championship at WrestleMania.
Yeah. I definitely like that idea of you could really there's three angles that I'm looking at this from. I'm looking at it from the Cena, the Punk, and the Seth angle now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if Cody says yes and he becomes corporate Cody with The Rock as his backup, like support from up above, where Cody can do whatever the fuck he wants to essentially now. That's kind of like if they'd go for it, that's kind of the angle that I'm imagining is that Cody can literally just do whatever he wants to and get away with it because he's got The Rock now.
Yeah.
And then you can do something like Punk uses his favor with Paul Heyman to get to climb higher in the ranks to go after Cody potentially because he's got no other way to get at him, so he's got to use whatever leverage he can with Paul Heyman to get there. Or John Cena being the who I would call right now the quote unquote people's champion just because this is his retirement run.
Yeah.
You can have him be the guy to stand up to corporate Cody and in his retirement match take the belt off of corporate Cody. Or you could have Seth Rollins become the spirit of WWE like he's kind of embodied this entire time. And it's also kind of poetic that he was the guy in the tag match last year with Cody, now fighting against Cody, who's teamed up with The Rock, which could potentially lead to Seth and Roman having to team up again.
Ooh, okay, okay.
Like, could you imagine if we flipped that bitch and reversed it and did Roman and Seth versus Rock and Cody at some point?
Because I want to know what the fuck's gonna go on if Cody says no. Like
That's another one.
that's what I'm thinking.
Because
Like what the
someone
fuck's
should
gonna go
take
on?
that offer.
Right.
But who? I threw out the idea over text to you, potentially Seth again. Like Seth could be that guy who finally snaps and he's like, you know what? Selling out to the corporation is what got me my first big title reign and my first big title run and first broke me out of whatever hole I was in. Why not do it again? And he could tie up with The Rock this time now. Heel Seth Rollins potentially is the idea behind that, but I don't know. We'll definitely see as time goes on. Elimination Chamber. interested in a lot more now.
Turn on Cody.
Turn on Cody? Is that what you
Cody
said?
Rhodes getting turned on. Holy fuck. Did you hear me?
No, I haven't heard you. What?
Bro, this is just a snowball effect of Cody Rhodes just getting turned on.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here thinking about I think we cut out again. Which is
Yeah,
it's
I think you
fine.
did. I didn't hear anything that you were saying. I'm sorry. If you
No,
were
it's
talking that
good.
whole time.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. What were you saying? Because
I said, this is just basically a snowball effect of Cody Rhodes, like I was saying, getting turned on. So Seth does that. That means Kevin's turned on him. Seth will have turned on him. Randy's going to turn on him at some point. Sammy's going to turn on him at some point. Like it's just going to be a complete snowball effect.
wow, that is really good. If Seth or someone does take up that Rock offer to gun for Cody, and it's one of especially Seth, dude. Like,
What if it's Kevin?
I feel like the Kevin ship has already sailed.
Okay.
Um, I'm I'm not against it. I Kevin can make that work for sure. Um, but like I said, I think the Kevin ship has already sailed, and I want to move into his Orton stuff. Because if anything, if you did the corporate Cody stuff, then Randy is the guy that could break Cody out of that corporate trance that he's in if he's captured by The Rock, if you want to phrase it like that.
That's true.
Be like, The Rock might be your mentor now, but I was your original mentor. Like, you forget about that. Like, remember who you are, who you're supposed to be, or who I taught you to be.
Oh God,
Oh,
let's do
shit.
it. Yeah, I'm excited for this. Let's get going.
Hell yeah. But enough talking about The Rock. We'll get talking about that as weeks go on if he continues to be involved with this stuff. We move on to one of my favorite parts of SmackDown now. It is the tag division. WWE Tag Team title match. It's DIY versus Pretty Deadly. It ends in a DQ, though. And beforehand, we get a promo from the Profits. Give it up one time for your two-time WWE Tag Team champs. And understandably, the crowd is kind of just dead at this point.
Oh
I don't know
God.
if you picked up on that at all, like I did, but yeah, there was like no reaction whatsoever for anything after The Rock.
Mm-mm.
Ciampa needs everyone to be quiet for a second. They need, or reluctantly, sorry, DIY is going to crush the dreams of Pretty Deadly of ever being tag team champions. They tell everyone to stand up for a moment of silence, remove their hats, and that's when we get Yes Boy!
Yes, boy.
Before the match even gets started, though, they all four start fighting as the music plays, and after DIY gets dumped out of the ring, Pretty Deadly, they strike the poses as they should. That was beautiful.
Yes, boy.
Elton is ruined by a kick once the match gets going, and that's from Johnny Gargano. Commercial happens, and when we get back, Wilson eventually gets the tag to take out both members of DIY and has Pretty Deadly get cooking with some double team offense. The Street Profits show up, and they take out everybody. Dawkins kills. He fucking ruins Kit Wilson by ramming him into the ring post on his shoulders. That's savage. Champa eats probably one of the most insane splashes from Montez that I've ever seen him give somebody. Like the air he gets is like it's I don't know how. I really don't. Got rabbit feet.
Good.
Motor City Machine Guns then show up and they try to even the odds, trying to take them down. They get put down right away though. Give Profits the motherfucking belt is what I have to say about this though.
I think this point of the night saved everything, though. I,
Oh, I
I,
agree.
I think this is where it said everything. You were just saying it died. I think this saved it. Honestly, this shit was crazy.
Mhm. Mhm. I am loving the Profits.
Mm-hmm. Give them
Get
titles.
give them the titles and have them beat everybody. We get now a flashback because we are on the retirement tour for John Cena. We get a flashback to February 21st, 2010, when John Cena won the Elimination Chamber to retain the WWE Championship, and he immediately lost it to Batista.
Dumbass.
I knew I wasn't watching WWE at the time as that happening, but I remember watching that as a replay thing, not ever knowing that that's happened because when I watched it, I was a kid, and I was like losing my mind. Like, how could they do this? This is a travesty. This is a crime. Younger me was heartbroken seeing that happen.
Unfortunate.
John Cena, we then get a hype vignette for him. going into the Elimination Chamber in his retirement tour and calling his shot for the WrestleMania main event. And a psychopath now is seen outside of Sami Zayn's house. It's Kevin Owens. And he's cutting a promo. It's his response to Sami. And he says straight into the camera, "You got what you wanted, huh? Could have just taken the punishment you deserve that I've given you. But you wanted to go again. You want to fight me, hurt me, end my career, which will hurt my family, by the way. You're despicable. What about your family, though, Sami?" He shows up inside the front window, though, of Sami Zayn's house, where we see him and his family sitting there, enjoying dinner, just hanging out. Like, what the fuck, Kevin? You nuts individual. So they know, do they know, what you're about to put them through? He's showing them this entire time, like, when they have to watch me end your career in Toronto. What happens when you can't provide for them anymore? The peace, security, and comfort. What happens when it's all gone? And why? Because you're too proud? Because you're selfish? Well, you are selfish. Because you're going to make me do this to them. I'll never forgive you for that. And I'll see you in Toronto. But remember, you asked for this. It's all your fault.
It's fault.
Oh, man. This is it. I love it. I need violence and everything from this match in Toronto, dude. I can't even put it into words.
In Toronto.
Like, even if what I said during the Raw review portion of this show, where this could potentially go 5 minutes, doesn't happen, and they do have the full-on match, I would still have Sami Zayn get like fully written off by it. Like, have him miss Mania because of this.
Oh yeah, 100%. I agree.
Like, it sounds shitty to say that, be like, Sami Zayn doesn't get the WrestleMania like payday just for this angle. But if you really are WWE pushing storyline more than anything, the storyline of Sami Zayn getting completely ruined by Kevin Owens, missing the biggest show of the year, and then coming back to fight from underneath to eventually fight Kevin again and win. If that's what they do, that's what I predict or am pitching. I feel like that could be amazing.
Right. I like that.
You liking this feud, though?
Yes, I'm loving this feud, honestly. I'm still kind of confused what's going on with Kevin Owens. He keeps bouncing from feud to feud, but we'll see what goes on.
Mm-hmm. Making enemies out of everybody.
Yeah.
Now we'll get a rundown of the recent Elimination Chamber card additions. It is the official match card for the unsanctioned match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And we get the card shown for The Rock and Cody Rhodes having a segment where Cody's going to give him an answer. Who knows? Then we get to our main event match of the evening, Damian Priest and Braun Strowman versus Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. We get a promo for Fatu and Solo walking backstage. Solo starts it off and he goes, "Tonight we handle Braun and Damian," and he gets cut off right away by Solo and he goes, "Come on, DP! Come on, Braun! I thought we don't did this. Tonight we even up the score. I'm all gas. I'm no breaks with it. Since we've arrived, we've been dropping bodies like breadcrumbs. Y'all know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Hit my music.
I love when he goes, "Yeah, I mean."
I mean? Love that. That needs to be on a shirt. I mean?
Yeah, I mean.
His music hits, and Fatu, he leads them to the ring. And we get a shot of Solo and Fatu on the apron, and I honestly think that these two look like they could be a legit, like, killer tag team if they weren't booked against each other right now.
They're rumored to be booked against each other at WrestleMania, which sucks.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, Jacob's going to beat his ass, though. Like,
Jacob's going to murk him. Jacob's going to fucking murk this fool.
I think it'll be a night 2 type of match, though.
For sure. I can see those. Dude, honestly, do it like semi-main event. Second to last match of the night on night 2, man. Type shit. Give Fatu his due.
Oh, God.
I love this guy. I'm on the bandwagon at this point. All gas, no brakes with it.
Oh, gas, no brakes with it.
Solo and Priest, they go tit for tat as the bell rings, but Priest gets the upper hand, leading to Braun getting a tag, and he stares down Fatu. Jacob eventually tags himself in, and Strowman runs the express outside the ring, only for Tama to distract him and Fatu to toss him into the timekeeper area. During a picture-by-picture, Strowman is singled out and he's taken apart. Let me know if I'm wrong, but when Solo is in there, I hear, "We want Jacob" chants immediately.
We
Damn,
want
so.
Jacob.
We want Jacob.
We want Jacob.
Strowman stops Jacob's hip attacks with a boot and a spine buster, letting Priest get the hot tag, and he runs wild. Tama distracts Priest from hitting a razor's edge, and Fatu helps Solo hit the spinning solo for a near fall. He then hypes up the Samoan spike, only to get caught by Damien, and in a flurry, he gets kicked by Fatu right in the face. And bro did not give a single fuck about that. He was like, he got in my way. Oh well. Strowman then launches. Strowman launches both Fatu and Tama over the announcer's table so that Damian Priest can hit the South of Heaven for the win. And the show really just closes out as like zoomed in on the Bloodline's faces is like, well, they're not the Bloodline. I keep calling them that. It's gonna be hard to not call them that, but yeah. You know what I mean?
Fa. Two.
Dude, why are the Samoans so good at making catchphrases, bro? Acknowledge me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeet.
No
Yes,
yeet.
yes, Samoa, what the Rock is cooking? Like, they cook, man. It's not fair. Man, I think we've already thrown out thoughts a little bit on what we think of this Fatu and Solo falling out, though. Fatu should be the guy at this point. My pitch was even at some point with The Rock getting involved. Before we saw the actual segment, I meant to send you like a whole video of me saying this like beforehand of like, before the show gets started, I'm predicting what The Rock is going to do now, and it's going to be announce WrestleMania 42 in New Orleans, which happened. But my second half was that he's going to show up to endorse Jacob Fatu in front of Solo and kind of just kick Solo out of the group, which eventually leads to Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, and Solo versus The Rock, Fatu, and Tama Tonga at Mania.
That'd be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
That was the idea, and then The Rock came out here and acted like the Undertaker, trying to take people's souls.
Yada mean.
Well, that's all I got for this week's weekly review. Alex, how about you?
That's all I got too. We had a lot happen this week, especially on NXT and TNA. So I mean, I'm excited to see what happens, dude.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yada
We're going
mean.
to close this out now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening to another episode of the AR Wrestling Podcast. Make sure y'all head over to our socials, Twitter, AR Wrestling _, Insta, AR _ Wrestling _ Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio. Go in and type AR Wrestling Podcast. Go to YouTube, put AR Wrestling 1020 into your search engines. Click the subscribe, click notifications, watch all the videos. Make sure you hit up and like that SummerSlam vlog. Remember, shit was a banger. Make sure you head over to our Twitch. It is twitch.tv/AR _ wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, we will catch y'all in the next one. We got Elimination Chamber predictions and reactions coming up in the next couple weeks. And as always, thank you!
Thank you!